And we're back in the game with some more Medieval 2 Total War. This time playing the Teutonic campaign as the Kingdom of Denmark. We are going to be going for the short campaign victory conditions, that is holding 35 regions, including Akershus, Uppsala, Göteborg, Kalmar, Roskilde, Visby and Narva. We are going to be on very hard difficulty. Our strength lies in the fact that we have a good all-round mix of units, with the infantry preferring to wield swords or axes instead of spears. We apparently lack good heavy cavalry. Right, let's go ahead and read through the faction intro. Waldemar the Conqueror was considered the last great king of Denmark's golden age. He led the crusade against the last pagan tribes on the shores of the Baltic Sea. Legend has it that during this battle, a red cloth with a white cross fell from the sky. This symbol was to always be associated with Denmark. With his death in 1241, Waldemar was succeeded by his eldest son, Eric IV. However, Eric's brothers, Abel and Christopher, wished the throne for themselves. With recent losses to the Holy Roman Empire and sibling rivalries tearing at the throne, difficult times lie ahead for Denmark. Denmark stands neutral to all nations at this time as they focus on unifying Scandinavia under one flag. However, the Teutonic Order now threatens the balance of power in the Baltic Sea. Denmark's success lies in the conquest and unification of the northern regions of Scandinavia. These hostile lands will make for a strong northern front. Denmark's enemies may try an attack by sea, but the Baltic has been home to Denmark's Viking ancestors for centuries. Dominance of the Baltic Sea is at the heart of any future success for Denmark, both militarily and economically. Having just emerged from centuries of paganism, Denmark still holds to Viking military traditions. They strive for death in battle and love the smell of salt in the air and the feeling of sea spray on their skin. The Danes brandish the two-handed axe like no other and take pride in the knowledge that no defense can withstand their attack. Fast ships carrying ferocious warriors will ensure that any nation residing on Baltic shores must always watch their back, but the Danes still carried the bloodlust of sea raiding and village sacking to build their boyhood dreams. Right, so let's get started.
The brooding forests of the Baltic, home to the old gods, now home to war. The ruthless knights of the Teutonic Order, who came to deal with pagan Lithuania at Poland's request, now carve a bloody swathe across the land. The Lithuanian pagans fight with grim determination, yet the path of the Holy Cross may be inevitable. Surrounding this bloody conflict, sleeping giants begin to stir. Novgorod, a powerful republic, jealously guarding its freedom and trade. The mighty Danes, renowned as seafarers and warriors, willing to back their ambitions with brute force. And of course Poland, a proud kingdom, once allied to the Teutonic Knights, now battered and regretful, must face the demons it unleashed. Ambition, greed, faith, total war.
Okay, so here we are on the campaign map. Let's see what we're working with. Right, we've got 5 agents. We've got a princess, a diplomat, 2 merchants and a spy. Alright, let's get those moving. The purpose of merchants is to make us some money. Right, we're going to get our princess to head south. We are going to get rid of peasants, because why would we need peasants? Here's our diplomat pair. Let's get them moving. We can see a rebel settlement here. There's another one there. And we have an army here. So this army is within striking distance of this settlement of Kalmar. Right. And we can now see that there are more rebel settlements to our north. Right, let's get rid of some of these peasants. We'll leave a couple of units in here as garrison units temporarily, and I'm going to convert Hasselholm over to a village. It would have just taken too much effort to build it up, and it's probably easier just to go out and capture a better castle or fortress. We can already start upgrading you, Halmstad. Right, got some good cavalry there. More peasants. We'll get you to head on down south to Hamburg, because Hamburg is the gateway into our territory, at least by land. So we can raise your tax level so we can get some money. We do still have 8,800. Right. Dirt roads. And let's get a port over there. We do have some settlements over here. And I'm going to move out all of these forces, because I know for a fact that there's a settlement up here from my Napoleon Total War campaign. That's how I know it's there, and that's how I know its name, of Arbo. Right. Now that force might not be strong enough, but we'll see. We're going to need a couple more units in there. And drop you down. You may riot. More peasants. Get some more units in here. Right. I think this is the only army that we have out in the field under the command of a family member. There's the risk that this one will actually turn rebel. We can also see there's another rebel settlement over here, on Visby. And we do need that for our victory conditions, don't we? Yes, Visby, Narva, Roskilde, Kalmar, Göteborg, Akershus, Uppsala. And we do have Roskilde and Aarhus. Oh, no, that's actually a different one, isn't it? That's Aarhus and that's Akershus. Wonder where that is. Because this one is Göteborg, that one's Skara, that one's Uppsala. Okay, well, we'll find it. It's got to be on the map somewhere. What else should we build? That'll help us get reinforcements down from the north a little quicker. And we'll throw in some more units. Do we need to build anywhere else? No, we don't. We've got some money left over. Let's get some more units. Now, as we can see, the Holy Roman Empire is to our south, and bordering our settlement of Narva, we have the Novgorodian capital of Novgorod, surprisingly enough. But there are other factions on the campaign map. Poland should be over here. And there's the Teutonic Order somewhere up here. Lithuania over here, who are pagans, and I believe the Mongols are going to show up on the edge of the map at some point. And before we end the very first turn, I'm just going to go ahead and adjust the brightness, because that campaign map looks a little too bright. So, game options, that one, game UI, not that one, maybe I can't change it. UI, really I can't change the brightness? Oh well, I'll change it for the next episode. I could have sworn I could change it. Oh well. Return to game, and we shall go and end the very first turn. Right, that was a very fast turn, and we have a suitable prince who's been betrothed to Ingrid. He is 41. He's a knight fighter, so elves, skilled bureaucrat, fair fighter, and speaks of loyalty. He does have the barest amount of loyalty that I like to go with, which is 4, but he's rather too old, so I'm actually going to turn him down. Right, we've got a mission with a reward of 2,500 coins if we capture the settlement of Ulsan, which is right there. Okay, well, Ingrid, go down there and talk to the Holy Roman Empire before you get a husband. Relations have worsened with Novgorod. You can almost reach there. In fact, you can. Here comes our diplomat. You're still heading up there to make some money. You're coming over there. And you're going to get some Norse war clerics. Right. Got some units to move up there. We'll move our spy up. Let's see if you're strong enough to actually take this settlement. We'll leave this ship here. If they do get defeated, some of them may survive and get back onto the ship. Right. You only have 50% Catholic. Denmark is now a Catholic faction, no longer pagan, so we're going to get you a priest. And we're going to get you a small chapel. Right. Roskilde. Let's get you some more units. And construction in Roskilde. Let's get you some more population by building a farm. Hamburg. Let's get you some money by building a port. And Narva. We've already put something in the construction queue there. And we're down to 2 coins. And we'll barely be above bankruptcy in the next turn. We can now see some of the Teutonic settlements over here. We should get some trade coming in the next 2 turns from the Holy Roman Empire, but all that trade will just be going through Hamburg, I suspect. I don't see any ports up here belonging to the Holy Roman Empire. So let's end turn number 2. Right, and those rebel forces are going to try to break the siege at Arbo. Some people might call it Abo. I believe it's pronounced Arbo. Could be completely wrong. Okay, Captain Eric is trying to break out, and he has slightly more men than we do. We have 4 spearmen, 2 peasant archers, and 2 Viking raiders, which are light infantry. And unfortunately, Captain Eric has 3 units of heavy cav, and more missile troops than us. Right. Well, we'll go have a battle. Like I said, we may lose it, but we should at least have 1 battle in the very first episode. Okay. Get those off of there. You know what? Let's pause it, see if I can change it in here. And change the camera. Right, advice we don't need to change. Game options, graphic options. Brightness. There. You can in fact change it. That looks a lot better. Somewhere around 65 to 71, I would guess. Accept changes. Return to the game. Okay. Now I don't like to normally pause, but that's just for resetting the graphics. So, you're on skirmish mode. Let's get the spearmen in front of them. And get the archers out front. We are quite a ways from the actual settlement, it looks like. See if we can get our Vikings. They appear to be able to hide pretty well. Let's get them over onto our left flank. And let's speed it up. Now the enemy has similar troops to us, or basically identical troops, and they appear to be able to disappear, if that makes any sense at all. Alright, so they've got all of their infantry out. Yeah, they can disappear as well. That must be their peasants and their crossbow units coming along. Yep, now we can see them. Alright, let's go to 6 times speed. And they'll be coming into range right now. And that music may be a little too high as well. Alright, they are sending their mailed knights against us. Oh, they didn't. Well, that's not a good start, is it? We've lost our general right away. But we are doing some serious damage to their mailed knights. We can always come back for another attempt, providing we have the resources. They are wavering now. Right, we've got some cavalry over here. Feudal Knights. They appear to have lost quite a few models. They are fighting basic spearmen. Spearmen are very good against cavalry, aren't they? Right, our Viking Raiders, which are light infantry, have been routed. Are you fighting anyone? Not yet. If we can get rid of the enemy's cavalry in this encounter, when we come back we'll just have to deal with their infantry, which will make our job a lot easier then. May as well come off of guard mode. Feudal Knights. Okay, many of our units are now breaking, so that's not good. Right, we've only killed 13%. I'm going to go ahead and exit because I have a feeling that we're going to get chased down by their cavalry and virtually nobody's going to survive. Right. So they did in fact capture some of us. So that's not very good, is it? We only killed 150. So obviously we need a bigger force, or a better force, or a combination of both. Ah, right. Now, instead of having a husband betrothed to our princess, we have a candidate for adoption. And this guy is a lot younger and a lot better. Yeah, he has a lot of loyalty. I'm going to go ahead and take him. And he showed up in Roskilde. Alright, Ingrid. Go and talk to the Holy Roman Empire. Right, trade is very generous. Actually, can we secure our southern border? Still very generous. Right, they've got apparently a reasonable amount of money. Let's see what is a reasonable amount of money. 2,500? Just accept it. Alright. We don't need to give them military access, and I'm going to try and get Ingrid married to one of our generals. And we're not giving them that info. Alright. Thank you, Ingrid. You've just got us 2,500 in coins. Relations worsen. Alliance announced. Poland and the Teutonic Order. And our diplomat. Alright. There's a Polish family member. This is Polish territory. I can see that. Right. Let's get these units moving up to our general here at Kalmar. And our spy is heading over to the west to spy on Norway. Right. We've got 2 units in Roskilde. And that's where our new general is. Right. You get into there. We've now bolstered the defences of Hamburg. Construction. Yes, we got 4 constructed. Let's see how many troops actually survived. Alright. We only lost 1 unit. Right, we'll get you back over here. You can come and sit in the dockyard there. Right. Let's get rid of that peasant now. Build a town watch. That should give us free upkeep, because that will give us town militia, and we already have a town militia unit. Okay, Aarhus. Yeah, that's a long way down to Hamburg. So let's build some paved roads. We've got 900 coins left. And let's go ahead and build some dirt roads there. And we can't build anything else. Right. So we're going to have just under 1,000 next turn. And now Ingrid does have a new husband, and he's only 16, and again very loyal. So we're going to accept Charles of Nordby. Let's see where he shows up. In Aarhus. Right, you need to go and find the Poles, and there's a Polish village. So we'll get some trade with them. Right. Don't think we'll get 2,500 from them. They did accept that. You keep moving. You come over here. That way we'll have a fleet over here and one up here. And Charles of Nordby has now replaced our faction leader, King Canute. Right. Now, go back into there. You should definitely take some scouts with you next time. Can't retrain any of those. What about our construction? More skilled. Let's go and build a merchant's wharf. We can get you some better units. You can't actually retrain those because you don't have the correct building. We can bump your taxes up again. Hamburg. You should have a church. Your piety is very low. Right. So we've got trade to our south and our southeast. As we have a land border with Novgorod, we should definitely get some trade with them. Kalmar is going to hold out for 3 more turns. Sure, we're going to wait that long for it. We are going to have a second general out here, so you can go for these rebel settlements as well. Bride presented to Prince Charles. That's good. Our faction heir. Into the harbour. Okay, diplomat.
Can I help, my lord? Without question, my lord.
Construction. Okay, Canute. You come over here and join up with Thorgeir. You can then take his forces after these other settlements. And we're down to 777. A reference there to Boeing. Right. Who else needs a building? Narva. Yep, a port there would help. Okay, you actually have to transfer, don't you,
Orders, my king.
over to there.
Making camp here. Yes,
Dismounted Huskars, that's good.
yes.
Heavy infantry unit, you should take them.
We go no further.
And there's the Norwegian capital. There's a road coming along here.
Yes.
And a Norwegian town. Maybe that's their faction here.
Yes, my lord. At once.
Okay, there's a Teutonic settlement. One there. There are two way up here.
Orders, my king. Forward. Yes. Men, march.
Queues have stalled again. We're down to 68 coins. Right.
My lord.
Join up with Thorgeir.
Joining forces.
And Kalmar is going to surrender in the next turn. Right, you are now free.
Where to? Yes, my lord. The wind has failed us, Captain. We sail
Right.
tomorrow.
End turn 6. Oh, is that Novgorod? Come to talk to us?
I bring word from my people.
Oh, that's a nice deal from them. Alliance, trade rights, and map info. And it's considered generous, so let's ask for some money. They're apparently very rich. Oh, yeah, can perhaps get some more. Let's go with 800. Still generous. You know what? Let's push it. 1000. Still considered generous. Alright. Let's go 1500 then. Still considered generous. Alright. This is really asking for quite a bit, I think. Seriously, it hasn't even changed. Alright. 2500. We got that from the Holy Roman Empire.
Your plans
And they accepted it.
enough farewell to you.
That's good, because we needed that money. Well, we've had a defeat already. This is rather overwhelmingly in our favour. But let's go ahead and fight it. I want to end the episode on a positive note with a victory.
For the moment, the fortune of battle goes our way. Let us
Okay,
hope it remains as such.
get off of the siege equipment. Make sure you are on skirmish. We don't have much infantry, do we? Basically none. Alright. Start shooting their cavalry. Alright. That's where our two generals are. Right. Get stuck in. Looks like we've been
Very much.
charged.
If we remain true and steadfast, victory will be ours.
I think this is a fairly convincing victory. Oh, and there it is, 5%. We're going to end the battle. Short and sweet. Alright, it's a large town, and they're very happy with us. Alright, so I'm not going to exterminate them. That's quite a bit of money that we could definitely use. I'm just going to go ahead and occupy them. And we have another candidate for adoption, also pretty good. And with 3,500 in the bank, let's go and adopt him. And he's shown up in Roskilde as well. Right. Let's lower the taxes there. We need 800 population. What do we need here? Let's get a ballista maker. So, we just got an alliance with Novgorod. That's generous. Let's get them some money. An alliance. Ooh, that's very generous. Unfortunately, they're very poor. Let's try 1,500. Happily accepted. Okay, perhaps we could have got more. Denmark, Novgorod. And what else do we have to build? More skilled.
Yes. Tomorrow's journey awaits.
More skilled. What to build here? That's only 1,200. Right. Well, I think that's probably a good place to leave the very first episode in our new campaign as Denmark in the Teutonic expansion. So I hope you come back for episode 2, and when you do come back for episode 2, feel free to leave a like, a comment, or even subscribe, because it truly is free to do so. So until then, thank you all for watching.